lads and gents, I'm Brian here doing another video for you guys, and this time we are taking a look at Transformers Tiny Turbo Lockdown. Now this is part of a mystery pack lineup, and I think he's pretty cool. Now he has a darker gray compared to the Soundwave and Sideswipe figure, so if that's easier to find out which one is which in the blind bags, there you go, because you do have the little peephole at the bottom of the bag on the back. But what does make it easier is the visor color on this figure. If you can find that, then you know which one is which. And if it's green, well, you have the lockdown one. But we'll talk about that in robot mode. Anyways, his alt mode resembles a Lamborghini and is much closer to that compared to the Sideswipe and the Corvette and the Soundwave with the Mercedes. It has pretty much the right shape on the front of the car, which is nice. And I just overall like the detail on this, the molding itself. It's still cute, which I really do like, but it's definitely shaped to look like that Lamborghini. So I really do like that. The wheels are pretty nice. The dark color is pretty cool. And compared to the original Lockdown Deluxe figure, it's not that weird brown color. It's got a hint of that, but it's not exactly like that. It's more closer to what he looked like in the movie. Well, maybe the movie version had a darker gray, but it is definitely closer to that than the Age of Extinction one, in my personal opinion, with the brown. I just don't like the brown color on that. I don't know, maybe, maybe not. But anyways, taking a look at this, we got black on the windows, not on the front there, but I understand exactly why, because of the transformation and whatnot. It's just kind of difficult to line that up, so you might as well just not. But the molding is pretty cool. I do like the look of this figure. Transformation, it is different compared to the Soundwave and Sideswipe, so that's pretty cool. They're not all the same basic transformation. One of the things that I am going to point out is when you transform this, for the Soundwave and Sideswipe, you have to pull on the arms. This one, don't. The arms are on these little tabs, and they're not made to extend out. So just be careful on that. Oh, and another thing that I'll point out is he kind of has the same issue as Soundwave, like this front grille section doesn't tab into place, but what's good is if you just hold the arms in place, it doesn't really move around too much, so, yeah. But I do like this. Anyways, transformation, let's see, let's bring out the arms forward like so. Let's bring that hood section back, and that's just to get out of the way. And then let's pull on the legs. Now this is the most difficult part of the transformation, is you're supposed to pull on the legs and extend it out, but it's not an easy thing to do. You can try and push on the arms because it's all on the same joint, but again, with those thin tabs, I don't trust it, so usually I try to get the legs, pull that down, but it's just really hard, and you will see it slide, but you gotta make sure it clicks into place like that. So, there you go, and there is Lockdown in his robot mode. And I think as far as Lockdown is concerned, he's kind of cool, but I think he's my least favorite out of the three that I have so far. And that's mainly to do with the legs. I don't like the transformation on the legs, and I just don't like the look of that. Look at that, that's just weird. Now, you can move this forward a bit to try and get that to line up, but I just don't like the look of it. Now, he's got this giant hood piece on the back. You can lean that down so it's easier for him to stand. It's just a thing that happens. It's a little tiny thing. I don't expect these to be perfect, so I'm perfectly fine with it. But what you can do is it's just on a couple of pegs. Or it's on that little clip thing. That clip joint thing, whatever you want to call it. So you can just pull that right off and just have a nice clean lockdown. So that's pretty cool, but I usually just leave that on. It helps to keep the figure stable, so that's good. Ball joints in the arms, so that's good. But that's pretty much the only articulation you're going to get. And for a basic Transformer, that's fine. Now, I don't have any of the Cyberverse weapons. I know I said previously that I was going to do a comparison with that, but I do have one of the Creo weapons, and he can hold the Creo weapons, which means I believe he can hold the Legion class figures weapons. I'm not exactly for sure, because I tried to put a Creo weapon in one of the Legion class Transformers, and that just really didn't work out so well. Let's see, I'll try. Oh, okay, they can fit inside at least the Grimlock, but that's how the fingers are designed. I wouldn't recommend doing that with, like, the Bumblebee or whatnot. But you know, at least he can hold the Creo weapons. It is that rubbery type plastic, so there's a little more give in the hands. In these hands. God, what's with my words today? Anyways, with that said, he's got a lot of detail in his chest, which is pretty cool. Decepticon logo right there, and a nice green visor, and that is one of the main differences between the Soundwave and the Sideswipe, because the Soundwave had a red visor, and the Sideswipe has blue eyes. You can see the green visor, so you just try to look for that inside the bag. You can flip the figures around and whatnot, just make sure that the instructions are out of the way when you're taking a look at the peephole. Right at the bottom, right there. And you can find a Sideswipe, Lockdown, and Soundwave pretty easily. And the reason why I decided to get these three is because they are three gray cars, and I thought they'd be the most difficult ones to find, but actually they were pretty easy once you figured out the eyes. So with that out of the way, that is my review of Lockdown. Not a perfect toy. He's not too terrible. I mean, I don't hate him like the Deluxe Lockdown, but with that out of the way, he's probably my least favorite out of the Tiny Turbos. Anyways, either that or Soundwave, I haven't really decided, but it's probably Lockdown because of the transformation. I don't know. Anyways, with that said, I thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.